Good morning. Today is Saturday, October 10th at like 5 a.m. and we are getting ready to take another trip to Disney World.
Road trip style in our
road trip.
car.
So we're going to be traveling a little bit different this time. Hopefully it'll make the drive easier. I know it's going to make it slightly longer, but we will see. So we got a new Tesla Model Y that we're going to be taking. We're going to be stopping quite often for charging, but it will drive itself. So that'll be convenient. And now we're going to go wake up the little kiddos and get on the way. Do you like that, Harper?
He told me he wouldn't record me.
Hey, little buddy. Rory. Rory. Good morning. Where are you going? Where are we gonna go? Do you wanna go right now? Oh, what good hygiene, bud. He said after I brush my teeth. You haven't even opened your eyes yet and you're already brushing your teeth.
Dad, I need to do this for me because I'm super tired.
Here. Harper, what time is it? I don't think groaning was on there. What time is it? Do you want to stay here? Where do you want to go? Okay, come on. Roy's already brushing his teeth. He jumped out of bed and started brushing his teeth. Your porg fell on the ground. Wakey wakey. Show me what you did. Show me all of the decorations you put on.
Yes.
You made it look like fall?
Mama put the baby part.
You did such a good job building this, you and Rory, and now you decorated it for fall with the giant pumpkin.
Mama's idea. That's Mama's idea.
Do you think there'll be a big pumpkin like that when we get there? Wow. Pretty cool, buddy. Pretty cool. Directions to the Magic Kingdom.
Here to 19 hours, so
20
almost
hours.
20.
In 500 feet, turn.
Alright. Hey guys, we just stopped at our first supercharger. The bakery it was at wasn't open until 8 on a Saturday, so we got some 7-Eleven snacks. So not sure how long that'll tide us over because we're gonna have to top off here in Shreveport, Louisiana. So it gives us an opportunity to search for one of my Starbucks mugs. So I'm not too disappointed. Right now, what are y'all doing? What's the next activity? Let's see. We got new Halloween coloring books. So that's the adventure now.
Mom and Dad have 80s music playing up front.
Yep. 80s music in the front. Halloween music in the back. And a countdown till the tablet.
And no hands driving.
No hands. All right, we'll check in with you guys later.
Goodbye.
That one's super excited.
Sarah's having some downsides to the whole charging thing. It's taking a little longer, but they're not always at places that have bathrooms.
You're having issues too.
Not like
We don't know why we didn't take the advice we give our kids and they don't have to go, but we're like literally counting the minutes for the charge because we're trying to be efficient. So we're like, hey, let's go, this routes us to the charger, then we'll do the Starbucks on the way back to the freeway. And somewhat regretting it, but this is the second place we've gone that hasn't had, no, third they're not always open or with bathrooms at least. So
and I think the
we're
next
finding
one,
a struggle with this because we're trying to double dip our stops and try to save time, but
we're also driving into a hurricane, and the next stop I think we're gonna have rain, and none of them are ever covered, so we'll be staying out in the rain too. Some downsides to driving an electric car halfway across the country.
Though we did finish
dancing right
I know.
now.
We did watch Dateline between here and the last charger, and the kids watched a movie, so it was pretty hands-off. So
Relaxing
I guess
drive.
that's the benefit. These stops aren't the benefit.
Yes.
Oh well, the multi-use of the stops, which we hope. Eventually we hope that they'll be in better locations so we can do that. All right.
We made it into Hurricane Delta. So there's a few trees down, lots of rain, and I don't know if you saw, but the road behind us is like completely flooded.
Although I just walked out in it and it's barely sprinkling.
Well, yeah, because it already
came through. It came through here
last night.
But it's just sprinkling, but we can't do full self-driving in bad weather, so it adds a little more contact.
It does everything but change lanes.
Yeah. So
I still don't have to have my hand on the wheel. I just have to change the lanes when it's time to change
We proved the point to which is better for the car, self-driving or regular driving, and you want to explain that one?
I thought that there was no curb when there was a curb.
And our new rims are scratched.
Oh well.
Oh well. But we were talking to his dad, and he's like, well, that's why you don't use self-driving. We're like, it would have not happened if we were on self-driving.
Well, it was in a parking lot.
It's a moot point because it doesn't self-drive in a parking lot. We've made it almost through Louisiana. Our next stop's in Mississippi. Kids are doing good. It's snack time, so we're gonna get what?
Goldfish.
Some goldfish.
Mickey goldfish.
They're Mickey goldfish. Rory is really enjoying his brand new game I bought him. Okay, well that's all he
we're
can
watching football and Dateline.
We watched Dateline between second and third charge. Now we're watching Game Day. We're gonna put a football game on in a minute.
And avoid the flooding. Do you see how bad it is right there?
No.
Ooh. There.
Oh, look at the cars going through it. It's crazy. Look at that car.
It's pretty.
Oh.
It's pretty flooded. But we gotta avoid that area. We'll avoid it. It's not focusing.
Flooding.
So Harps, what are you looking forward? What's the ride you want to ride on first? We're going to Magic Kingdom the first day. Which one? You want to go on Peter Pan? Roy, what's the ride you want to go on first, though?
The monorail.
The monorail. Well, since the monorail gets us from the parking lot to Magic Kingdom, I think you're probably going to win, Rory, and we're going to go on yours first.
Astronaut bananas, and they're not sounding happy about trying it, but
I don't want
They're just freeze-dried, right? Is that really what astronauts eat?
Bananas.
Who's going to try it?
Not me.
We made it. Oh, what are you doing? All right. We made it into the hotel room. It's midnight because we had a time change, so we drove for 19 hours? No, 18 because of the. So we drove for 18 hours. There's a whole ordeal, and we ended up going. We tried to stay in a hotel that doesn't really exist.
we wanted to stop an hour and a half ago, and then by the time we realized there wasn't a Marriott there, we were an hour past the Marriott we would have stayed at, so we went 2.5 hours longer than we were going to. So we wouldn't go this far again, but it means a really short drive in the morning.
So we're in Tallahassee. We got about a 4-hour drive tomorrow, and we're gonna sleep in.
Yes.
But we're in a nice, swanky hotel. So we're in a pretty fancy hotel. We're in an Aloft Suites. Cool looking little bathroom area. And I survived the drive. I don't think I've ever driven that long straight, 18 hours.
We drove 7 ways. It only took us 17 last time. It only took us 17
Was he
hours
touching
last time.
you?
Ryan. When we drove the gas car, it only took 17 hours to get
Say
home.
goodnight. Where are you going tomorrow?
Disney.
Rory, who do you want to see the most at Disney?
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. Uh-oh, you got a runny nose.
Yeah, it's been.
What if they don't let you in?
Tuck me in.
Okay. Oh. Tuck, 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 tuck. All right, good night, guys. Good night. Good night. We're all getting ready for the day. It is now Sunday, October 11th, 2020. So we are going to finish dressing, mask up, and head on out. We got probably like 4 hours, maybe 4.5, right?
Yeah, I mean, it should be shorter today considering
I
it went too long yesterday. Someone is more excited than we can explain. My poor ears.
It's been a crazy trip, but today at least will be a short day since we did such a long day.
Lori, I'm trying to go to the bathroom.
Good morning from Tallahassee. We are just off of I-10, doing hair, getting ready. We've been using the supercharger stops to kind of get out of the car, rest a bit, and reorganize. So we haven't talked a whole lot about how we're riding. So we're riding in our Tesla Model Y that we got about 6 weeks ago. It was an 1,100 mile trek, and we are probably only have about 300 miles, if that, left to go. But it's been really comfortable, don't you think?
Yeah, I said yesterday we pushed it a little far because we made a mistake with the hotel.
Yeah.
But up until about 14 to 16 hours, like it felt great. It's just after that it was a little.
We were singing karaoke. We were watching college football. We were relaxing. When you have a car that drives itself, it's kind of not such a big deal to make long road trips. However, the downside is you have to stop at superchargers like we are right now and fuel up, and you have to stop a little bit more than you probably would if you had a car. So we're stopping about every 2 hours, which we could probably push it closer to every 2.5 to 2 hours and 45 minutes, but we're not letting it run down quite that low.
Because there's not the infrastructure that if we get stuck.
Yeah, we've enjoyed the stops. Even though it's added some time to the trip, it hasn't added that much because we've been able to couple it with bathroom breaks and with meal breaks. So it really wasn't too bad. What did you think, Harps? Have you liked it so far?
Yeah.
Do you like this trip so far better than the last one we made in the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had more to do?
I didn't say
So
yeah.
you can hear the air conditioning still running, but it's kind of neat. We have a little frunk. It's a front trunk that can hold typically 2 bags. We were putting something else in there earlier, so we actually had 3 bags when we had it a little organized better. But she's been good so far to us.
Are you still recording?
Yeah, we got a lot of junk in there.
Well, we're trying to travel well. I mean, everything we need.
And that doesn't even include, we also have something underneath here. There's a little tab, and we have a whole nother giant green bin underneath that because there's no.
If we're driving, why skip? I mean,
Yeah.
bring food if we can bring food. Try to save some time there.
What are you doing? What are you doing? We like that you don't have to be steering. Your feet aren't on the pedals, right? And you can technically take your hand off the wheel for about a minute before it'll start saying, put your hand back on the wheel.
But it'll change lanes for me out of the passing lane.
It'll make lane changes. It'll kind of do everything on its own, which is super convenient. Plus, it's kind of cool just being able to look up and see all the clouds and everything with a complete open roof. The kids have their hanging tablet so that they can be watching TV. What are you guys watching? What? Mulan. Oh, that's so cool. Tons of leg room. I can put my feet all the way straight while sitting, and while I'm doing that, Harper still has plenty of room back there. What do we call the car? What nickname did you give it?
The TARDIS. It's bigger on the inside.
So it's blue, and it's much bigger on the inside than it seems. So we were just kind of surprised. It feels just as roomy as our big Ford Explorer.
But you could be back before your trip. How would I make a man out of you?
Hey there, Harps. Were you singing?
It wasn't even that part of the movie.
The movie isn't even playing music, but you guys were singing?
I'm going to try my shoe.
No, don't throw your shoe at me. We're almost there.
Yeah, Papa. I love ya.
I love you too. All right, we got checked in at the Town Place Suites. This is just like, what, we're right outside the west entrance. It's over by Animal Kingdom. Rory's getting his shoes on, huh, little buckaroo?
Does that mean I have to
So we're changing into shoes, Harps, and then where are we going? Magic Kingdom. So we drove. It ended up taking us 22 hours, I think, in total, which is actually what it said it would with stops, I think, in the end.
But it was, you know, 3 hours longer than with the gas car, which seems rougher, but the in-between was so much more relaxing. Last time I was very in pain almost. Oh gosh. Very sore after the 17-hour drive straight back.
So the seats are really comfortable.
And we did the same amount of drive going this way, but because the seats are comfortable, you're not hunched over the steering wheel. You're getting out every 2 hours. It was actually, even though it was longer, it was less taxing on our bodies.
Yeah, we definitely would not have done such a long first day had we known that we weren't getting in. We were going to leave at 5 a.m. and get in at the essentially 11 p.m., which local time was, because of the time change. It was actually midnight, so we probably wouldn't have done that. But you liked it, right, Roar? You liked the drive?
Yeah.
Yeah. They got a little crazy, so we stopped filming a little bit toward the end because our nerves were getting a little shot just because of these active little guys. But
they fell asleep at the end. I mean,
for the drive really wasn't that bad. I liked it. I'm looking forward, honestly, to the drive back. It'll be nice, and they're always more quiet on the drive back than on the drive out there.
And I felt like we had so much space at our feet. Yeah. Like we had things under the seats and just where you would normally have the drivetrain in the middle. And
Rory.
We had everything at our fingertips. Plus, if we forgot something, we were stopping so often, we were just switching out in the back seat. So I felt like we had enough to do. I felt like we had enough space and we were comfortable.
There's a lot of room underneath the seats. There's the trunk plus the space underneath the trunk. There's also the frunk. So we had tons of storage, more than our Ford Explorer, which is a lot bigger of a car. And so we really enjoyed it. Overall, like I don't know, I thought that a road trip in a Tesla, other than the self-driving, was going to be kind of rough because of all the stops, because of all those extra little things, but it wasn't nearly as inconvenient as I thought it would be.
And it's only going to get better with the infrastructure, so that's what I remind myself. But we're trying to get this video done well.
Alright, we're going to be going to the Magic Kingdom. We're going to be going to Epcot.
Yeah. And
if you guys want to follow us on that trip, please do it. Here, Rory, say like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Alright, we'll see you. Directions to the Magic Kingdom. What are you doing, bud? What is that?
My nakulat.
Your what?
My nakulat.
Your noculars? Oh. Those are really good noculars. Looking good, bud, looking good.